Hello and welcome to today's episode of Fearless Dating. Thank you for being here, and today I want to share with you this concept that I came across in design that I feel really comes into play when we are in the process of dating, and sometimes can have some quite detrimental effects. And the concept is, and I'm going to absolutely butcher the pronunciation, it's a German word, and it's called Gestalt. And it is the concept where, in design, our mind is always looking for the ways in which we can sort of close the loop on something when we look at something. So we're always looking for a form of closure, in a sense. And this can come into play in the dating experience, in that we can often fall for the idea of someone or something as opposed to the reality of it. And my reason for sharing this with you today is because my name is Arti Joshi, and I am the coach and creator of the Fearless Dating coaching program. And I've had the opportunity to have countless conversations with people about the area of dating, romance and relationships, the frustrations, the moments where they want to rip out their hair and just don't feel like they're getting any closer to creating that beautiful relationship that they so desire. We've had so many conversations about what are the similarities that between what they're experiencing and so many of us are experiencing when we're out dating and trying to create a relationship with someone. And are there some, really simple sort of quick fixes that we can implement that can have you dating in a way that feels absolutely extraordinary and inspiring and fun and all those things that you want to feel when you're dating? Can we do that? And I've found that there are some things that we can do, and so I wanted to share as much of that as possible with you through this video series. And so take what you hear today, put it into action, stuff that you can really do straight away. And you too can be dating fearlessly. So welcome to today's episode. And as I mentioned at the top, today we want to be talking about and exploring why you want to be, if you're going to fall for anything, don't fall for the idea of who someone is, fall for the reality of who they are. And what I mean by that is, and how my awareness was drawn to this was when I was doing, my graphic design training, and I have a big interest in interior design, and there was this concept of I hate saying this because I totally am messing up the pronunciation, but it's Gestalt. It's that the mind's desire to always try and close the loop. When we look at pieces of art or design, the more compelling designs sometimes can be the ones that aren't fully complete, and so our brain starts to enjoy the puzzle. It tries to try and work out, okay, well, how can I close the loop? What's the way that I can almost create closure for myself as I look at that piece of design or that piece of art? And I found that it really comes into play in the experience of dating. Through the coaching that I do with my clients, I noticed that, in those first few conversations or interactions that they've been having with people that they're interested in, especially if a date goes well, they would then start to almost really get really excited, which is, all part and parcel, and what's so much fun about dating and meeting people that we get on so well with. They've shown that they're really great at organizing dates. They've created such fun, meaningful experiences for us. And on those dates, we've had beautifully deep conversations, or we've had loads of playful banter, or whatever it is that is so, that we find so attractive in someone. And then what we tend to do is we tend to sort of run away with that. The hormones are buzzing around our body. We get a surge of them when we have any kind of interaction with this particular person. And what we find ourselves doing is, okay, well, they were so great at organizing this date. We had such a great time together. We have such great experiences together. We have such great conversation. Maybe the physical connection is just on point. It's just amazing. Sparks fly, there's so much chemistry, and so we're like tick tick tick. And then what we do is then we're like, so that must mean that they're great here, and they're great here, and they're great here as well. And we start to fill in the gaps before they've even had a chance to do that with us, before we've even had a chance to have those experiences with them. We think, no, just because they've created something so awesome in this area, I think they're going to be really good here, 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 and here as well. And so we get so emotionally invested, and we start to maybe cut off other opportunities. We start to become a bit more single focused on this person, maybe sooner than is right to. And so what we're doing there is we're stepping into this world of Gestalt, where we are trying to close the loop as quickly as possible. We are starting to fall for the idea of this person, who they might be, as opposed to the reality of who they are. And we can discover the reality just by, almost kind of pressing on the brakes a little bit, just going a bit slower, engaging in deeper conversation with them, having more varied experiences with them as well, and just taking our time so that we actually get to see the reality of not only who they are, but who we are together. What are we like as a couple? What are our shared values? What are we hoping to create in our lives? What are we both aspiring to? And really stepping back and taking the time to let that be revealed to us, as opposed to kind of trying to forge ahead and fill in the gaps even before they've had the opportunity to sort of rise to the surface and be filled in for themselves. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. How can the concept of Gestalt, that our mind's desire to always close the loop on something, how can that really help you? How can that understanding of that's what our mind is trying to do, is up to, how can that help really strengthen your experience of dating and forming a connection with someone? How can we really begin to take the time to have the reality of who someone is and the reality of our connection revealed to us, as opposed to just kind of falling for the idea of who they are? So that's what I wanted to reveal to you. I was going to say that's what I wanted to share with you here today. Let me know how you get on with that. Maybe spend some time just looking back through some of your previous dating experiences as well, and think about where you've done that, where you've let yourself fall for the idea of someone, and then maybe it didn't quite pan out in the way that you'd hoped. I'd love to hear from you and see how this is really helping you with that. So thank you for being here, and if what I've shared with you today resonates, then and you feel like you're having a really frustrating time with dating, that you're not getting any closer to that beautiful relationship that you so desire, then send me a message, because we can have a short 10-minute conversation in which we can take a look at what you're experiencing, why that may be the case, and begin to identify a simple switch that you can make that can have you dating in a way that feels fun and uplifting and deeply connected, and all those things that you'd most hope to have in your dating experience. You can do that instantly and become a fearless dater, all by just making that simple shift. So I'd love to hear from you, and as always, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bye.